Funding for this program made possible by Kosair Charities,
Our first story is a Kosair Charities project helping prevent child abuse in Kentucky. We're going to learn about the health impacts of child abuse and how we can better recognize the warning signs. David, would you like to lead us into that?
Absolutely. Let's take a look.
My involvement first began in 2008. My son, who just turned 4 months old, was in the ER at Kosair, had a broken arm and a broken leg. Dr. Curry came to our room at Kosair and said, I've got some good news and I've got some bad news. The good news is you get to go home with your baby. The bad news is there's a history of abuse with your babysitter. How did I not know this? I'm his mom. How did I not know? And I didn't. Why didn't anybody tell me? Why didn't you tell? How are we going to stop it? How are we going to make people aware?
Kosair Charities was the first and has been our most steady partner, collaborator, and funder. And they decided they were going to use child abuse as their primary issue to target.
By helping lead this great new Face It coalition, we can actually advance their efforts. We can have more and more people come together and more people try to change the life of a child for the better.
We have a child advocacy center where the child comes in, and it's a very child-friendly, child-focused environment. And we work with the children to find out exactly what happened to them. But child abuse is a huge issue. It just doesn't affect the child, it doesn't affect the family, it affects the entire community in a lot of different ways. And there's no one organization, including state organizations, that can really do this job by themselves.
And so what Face It does, instead of shunning child abuse, it's really important that all these partners are coming together, being in the public and saying, we are all behind this. This is a community-wide issue. We can all work together and we can all be the face that ends child abuse.
We believe if we all come together, all of us that in some capacity serve children that have been abused, that we can prevent the child deaths that just seem to be growing every year.
It's a scary thing to suspect that something's going on with a child and that I'm going to report it and what if I'm wrong? But people need to get over that and realize that children can't pick up the phone themselves and make those phone calls, so we have to be their advocates and act on their behalf.
The children who are at the highest risk of dying from child maltreatment are those that are under 4 years of age. So it's our youngest children, and specifically our pre-verbal children, those who aren't able to talk yet.
Their brain chemistry is changed drastically, which means they're not able to concentrate, they're not able to learn in the same way in school.
All of those adverse childhood experiences directly increase our chances of developing a really significant number of health consequences. But there are also ones that we never expected to find, like cancer and heart disease and high blood pressure.
So on the prevention side, we know that when families can get out and be physically active, when they can bond together and get some of that stress or energy out, it can really make the overall family more healthy, both physically, but really in the emotional health as well.
This will save lives. This will save lives from the aspect of life and death. This will save lives from people going to prison. It will make a greater impact than just that one child.
I think about it every day. I think that Jake would probably still be in a bad situation. I think there will be a lot of lost children, and I think even my son may have fallen under that.
Without a strategic plan to address child abuse, it'll continue to get worse. Kentucky has for a long time been the worst in terms of child abuse in the nation. 280 children in the last 10 years have died from child abuse. And if we don't make a strategic, targeted effort to stop that, it'll continue to get worse and worse.
A world without all these organizations, without people that care about kids and are working hard to make their lives better and to keep them safe and secure and to see that they're educated, it would be a very dismal community.
I think this campaign, I know this campaign is going to save more lives and it's going to prevent more abuse from occurring.
We're looking at educating even pediatricians, police officers, school teachers, more of these people who interface directly with children, what to look for. Perhaps we can stop some of the abuse before it ever happens.
We think that we can change. There's a great opportunity to make a difference in the lives of future children if we all stay together. And we've made that commitment. We're not going away. We're going to deal with this problem.
To have a commitment and a collaboration among so many different partners from so many different backgrounds is tremendous, and in my mind it's unprecedented.
It doesn't matter who you are, where you live, whether you have an education or not. Child abuse happens and you have to face it. It's real.